tooth number 25, I would do surfaces towards and then surfaces away. So starting on the surfaces towards, I would be sitting at 8 o'clock probably, and I'm going to start at the distal line angle, stay adapted on my anterior third. My fulcrum is standing up to get the tip down into adapted. If my hand is down and being lazy, then my tip is not going to go all the way into that coal. So I have to stand up on my fulcrum to get the tip adapted to that distal. So here I am at the line angle. Now I'm choked up more on my instrument because I'm on the anterior teeth. So I need to be closer to the tip to hold it. Staying adapted means my terminal shank is not touching the tooth. It's away from the tooth, adapting on the anterior third, starting at the line angle, working my way down into that distal and working into the distal with motions. Now there's going to be more calculus here. I might have to tap down onto that calculus, and then after I break it up, then I sweep it away. Coming all the way into that coal and all the way down. I can actually feel calculus on this typodont here. And then after I do that, then I also am going to come under the contact and really come around this area. There's also probably supra, and I'm going to go ahead and get all that supra off. And if there's stain, I'm going to go ahead and move and get all the stain. Whether I go up and down on it, I just go very quickly across it to get all the stain off as much as I can. Okay, once I've done that distal, then I'm going to do the lingual side, same thing. So I'm going to do the surfaces towards, staying on adapted on my anterior third. My terminal shank should not look straight like this. It should be adapted. And working on my way into that coal, I want to make sure that I'm using my face, lots of calculus here, so getting down, tapping down onto it, using the tip on the calculus itself, and then sweeping away, going all the way into the coal. Now when you're here, sometimes when you're coming across or actually once you've done your calculus down, you might come across also. You want to make sure that that tip on the buccal side is adapted to the tooth. Let's see if we can see that tip as we come across. You don't want it to look like this. You see I'm working on 25, but now my tip looks like it's not adapted because it's on 26. So if I see that tip come across, which I can sometimes because I'm trying to get 51%, I want it to be adapted this way. See how it's adapted still, even though it's come across, it's adapted, which means that my terminal shank is almost touching the tooth next to it to get this to adapt. So I'm doing that whole section and then coming up under the contact. Then I would do my away. I would move to the 11 to 1 position, and same thing here, staying adapted on the anterior third and coming into that line angle using the face. Lots of calculus on the anterior, so using the face is easier. Going all the way down into that coal, I would be standing up to get all the way into that coal, and remember to come up under the contact. And then same thing on the lingual. Line angle, staying adapted, coming down under that contact and doing the lingual, down into the coal, and then up under the contact. Remember to get stain off the lingual also. Tooth is transparent, so it's going to show stain on both sides. My stain stroke is much faster than my calculus removal stroke.